Like I said, this is a really exciting call. We've got Milo Acosta, our VP of Global Sales, who's going to talk to us today, as well as my brother, Tom Mower Jr., our CEO and co-founder of Sisel. He's done so much to help us with this market. I'm excited to see what he's going to talk to us today about. And we have a few people who have never, ever been on a Sisel call ever. So some of you will know them, but some of them are new. So it's an exciting time for us. I'm excited to see what happens here on this call. Because like I said, we are growing in this market and we've kind of met that growth with a lot of investment. And I think you guys are going to see today exactly where that investment is coming through. And you're going to love it because it's exciting. So Milo, I'm going to turn the time over to you and you can kind of talk about the expansion we've had in this market, what's been going on, and all the exciting things that we're doing for Australia and New Zealand. To me, it's kind of like one market there, but two. And it's exciting, isn't it?
It's very exciting, guys. Yes, and thank you, Leisel, for having me on your call. And good morning, everyone, Australian and New Zealand, and anybody in the U.S. that's with us. Yes, things are happening. Things are growing. Things are very exciting. Every single day that we come to work at Sisel here at corporate, we have new plans and ideas and new team members that are joining all over the world. People that just fit our culture, and it's kind of interesting to see, the people that we interview and the people that we can see that fit and people that don't. And Sisel is a company, more like a huge family, the way that I see it. And we want to make sure that we have the right people in the right places. And we had our new general manager in Europe that she just got on board a couple of weeks ago, Ellie Fordham. She's most of you know her. She used to work for the previous company, and she's super excited. We were on a call today, working with our new people that Tom's going to be introducing later in this call. So everybody, we just put together this amazing team that we're looking out for the benefit of Sisel, obviously, but we were looking into making it easier for you guys to build your business and feel proud when you share our website, when you share our products, when you share our sales tools, the ideas that you guys bring to the business, the promotions that we have, we're working on this website to make it clean and young and exciting and easy to navigate and clear. And we're working on an option for customizing your wealth builder packs, also that came from one of our new leaders that you guys are going to love, that you guys can pick whatever products you want to qualify for the wealth builder and the qualifying wealth builder and just all these things that I hope I'm okay saying, but I'm very excited because I see them. I see what we have right now and what we're launching, and I'm like, this is just like, night and day, just full of energy and young and just very proud to just, share this information. I know, I get super excited, but listen, it's a new era in Sisel. I can see the growth. We've seen the growth for the last, 8, 9, 10 years, but now worldwide with Australia growing, the rate it is growing, with Japan growing, with Europe, with the new, the team members that we have, it's so exciting just to see the amount of people that we have on these calls. Even in the future, I can't wait to go there and meet you guys in person and get to bond with you and face to face and get to know each other and make and build this relationship and keep working with you guys and see you guys rank up and be successful and share this Mower mission that Tom Senior and Tom Junior put together years and years and years ago, and just welcome you guys to back to the family and grow anyway, I'm very excited, and I'm super excited for the people that we have on this call, and the future that we see with Australia. Like Lisa was saying, it's something that we've been talking about for years, and right now it's time to get that right people in the right places at the right time, and to build a solid future in Australia and New Zealand. And for that, I'm going to bring up our CEO and co-founder, Mr. Tom Mower Jr. That he's been very, very supportive. Obviously, he's very into the details on this and making sure that the things are done right. And one of the things that I love about the Mowers is that they listen to the field, and that they trust the people around them, and to make things happen, and to do it the right way. That's the only way we want to do things is the right way. And if it takes a little longer, it takes a little longer, but hey, I would rather wait another couple of weeks to get things right than to just get something out, halfway. And Tom is exactly the same way. So we're very proud to have him as our CEO and co-founder. So Tom, thank you so much for being on this call, and give everybody the great news that we're waiting for.
Well, thank you, Milo, and it's great to be on the call today. And wow, I see we're approaching 100 people on the call. Sisel is growing, and listening to Milo, he's excited to come down and feel all that Australian energy. I'm going to warn everybody, though, he's a hugger. So if you don't like to be hugged, he'll be down there. No, Milo's a people person. Something that I learned many years ago, if you want to be a positive person, surround yourself with 5 positive people, you'll become the 6. You want to become a millionaire, get 5 millionaire friends, you'll be the 6. You want to be successful, have 5 successful friends. On the contrary, surround yourself with 5 idiots, you'll become the 6th. So we're doing things right. And, it was a big week for us. 5 years ago, 5 days ago, my father passed away. And the vision that he had is coming to a reality. We're, 3-4 times bigger than we were then. Australia, we've been shipping products over there. Dad loved Australia. And going back to what I just said, surrounding yourself with the right people will make you successful. Well, that's the same as true with the company. And so I have asked Andy to help us as a consultant get back to where we were with New Ways and Modere. And because he was one of those that brought us to, we were the second largest company in Australia because of the people, the products, and the compensation. Well, that's all part of the Mower mission, having the right people, having the best products, and paying the highest compensation. And so we're doing that again. Now we've got to kind of do the Captain Cook, and we've got to land on the shore once again, and we've got to, have an OTG operation. And so I've asked Andy and I've asked Josie. They were with me many years ago. Nobody understands the Mower mission and the power that it has more than they do. But they live right there. They spell color with the U. That still kind of always is a hard thing for me to understand, and a few other weird words. But they speak the language. They know the culture. And Milo, he was talking there about the website. I was ready to launch the website. But they took a look at it and said, we need to tweak it a little bit more. And I'll take the time because I don't like things half-baked. We are number one for a reason. There's a reason why we're growing faster the last 5 years than any company out there. We have the roots, we have the stability, we have the mission, we have the dedication, and we are a long-term longevity type company. And so I want to take a few minutes because some people know Andy, they know Josie. They were the whip, they were the spur, they were the boots on the ground that took the Mower mission to the highest heights and had great success there. And so, Andy, are you on the call with us today?
Certainly am.
Great, Andy. How you doing?
Very well, thank you. Good morning, everybody.
Oh, it's great to see you. And so, like I say, Andy was part of the great success that we had. Andy stayed up with the times on how things were changing. And so I really value what he has to say. He's not an unknown to me and to many of you. He is success minded and he always has a great balance of the company and the distributor's welfare in mind. And he understands that you need to be equal in all things and fair in all things. And so his integrity is impeccable. And because of that, I value his input. And so he's helping us do so many things, everything from reviewing what we have and getting us, we're looking at bank accounts and revisions on websites. And, in Australia, they're one of the hardest countries for product approvals, but he's been down that path. So he's helping to navigate that with us. And Josie, too. That was his right-hand man with the operations and customer service and the office. And she's been part of the Mower mission for so long that we're thrilled to have them as our right arm in Australia. Maybe one question I'd like to maybe ask you, Andy, because you've been immersed in the Mower mission for 25, 28 years. Why did it go from an unknown in Australia to number 2? Tell me what were some of the impactful points.
Well, I think the whole story around no potential harmful ingredients resonated with so many people. And that's what resonated with me. And that's the only reason that I got involved in the first instance. Many of you would know that Vicky, my wife, was a distributor to start with. In fact, she was the 629th person to join New Ways way back when. And I wasn't involved. But when I heard the story and the mission and the feeling behind the whole thing, and I got to meet Tom and Dee, it just changed. My whole mindset became very oriented around making sure that we use the right products in our home with our kids and sharing that mission. And so the rest is really history. And 27 years later, I was still there. And it was a really big part of my life. And I'm really proud to say that I still have that very strong belief. And the reason I'm on this call today is because of the products that Sisel has. It's that legacy going forward. And so we've got a fantastic opportunity to drive this thing to be an enormous company. And I'm very, very, very pleased to be part of it.
Well, great. Well, thank you, Andy. And, I'm sure we have some people from New Zealand on here too. And so they're going to benefit from all of this also. And so we're working not just on Australia, but we're also working on New Zealand. And we're even looking at tweaking and improving upon a few products that we had back at New Ways and that Modere had kept. And there's new technologies. And so Andy's helping us with some of those things to get approved too. We have a great NFR program right now. We've got some great great additions that we're looking to do to make it even more economical for people to receive products over there. But the thing is, we're going to do it right. And that's everything that's important, and surround ourselves with the right people. Andy, you had you spent a couple of weeks looking at the compensation plan, and maybe give me your take on what you think about our upgraded compensation plan from what we had with New Ways.
So I was very fortunate to have Josie Anstey on the team. And so she, for me, is the guru when it comes to compensation plans.
I agree.
And she has analyzed them all. And she's just really genuinely excited about it. In fact, Josie's on the call, so we'll get her to talk about that in a second.
Absolutely.
Before I just want to mention about the products coming into country, there would be very, very few, if any, changes at all. And so that's a really good sign. A lot of them are going through the approval process right now. And so a lot have already gone through that process and are going to be approved. Some we need to bring in through New Zealand. Some will be coming straight through the Australian market, but we're getting really close to making sure that all happens. So if you've got any concerns about product changes, you don't have to worry. It's all good. So from the comp plan, Josie, have you got unmuted?
Hi, how you doing? Hi, everyone.
Okay.
Hi, Josie.
Great to see you all. Yes, I can't tell you how excited I am. The products themselves, I've been using them, and I was hoping for, I hope they're as good as Modere. Well, they're just exceeding. They're just exceeding. The innovation that's continued in the products is evident in using them. But on the compensation plan, yes, I've looked at a lot of compensation plans. I've worked on a lot of compensation plans, and this plan is incredible. I actually said to Milo, how are you paying out that much money? Like, it's the most generous compensation plan I have seen. I love that it's got some real simple components to it. First of all, being the retail bonus, where it's simply sign up customers or have your customers reorder 25% flat. Super simple, nice entry point for someone who's learning about the products. But all the other components are incredible. Having a rank advancement reward is amazing. That's an incredible bonus. The nice consistent bonuses, the uni level style direct commission bonuses, being rewarded for building leaders. It's got it all, and it's really well laid out. It's really quite simple when you look at it. And as when a distributor starts, they start in stages. You show them a few parts of the plan, and as it becomes relevant to them, you bring it on. But I love the compensation plan. I haven't stopped raving about it to everyone.
It's true. Yeah, thanks, Josie. And I know when Josie's excited about a plan because she actually worked on the other plans that I've been involved with in detail. So I know when she says it's really, really, really good, I know it is. And the Wealth Builder bonus too is another one that's exceptional. So there's a lot of parts to that plan that make it all work and in a sequence that's really logical. And so we're really pleased that we don't have to make any suggestions about changing significantly to the marketing plan, that's for sure.
Well, I got to say, I had a lump in my throat when you two first said, we want to look at the compensation plan. And I can't tell you, for a few days, I was like, what are they going to come back with? And you're like, holy cow, how are you doing this? How can you stay in business? Well, it goes back to the concept, like with New Ways. The concepts start here. We have a team. We vet them out. Are they Sisel safe? Do they fit the mission? But are they the latest cutting edge technologies out there? But then from there, we go to our own manufacturing. We control our own supply chain. By doing that, we can do two things. We can put more money into the product, but we can put more money in the compensation. It's the only way. I cannot send products out and have somebody else develop, make them, and sell them back to me and do those things. And so that's one of those pillars of what we started, way back in the early 90s. And so that carries on today. So Andy, maybe tell me just a little bit about some of the new things you learned when New Ways morphed into Modere, because that's something that I've improved on products and compensation since New Ways, technology, and some of that marketing you're helping us with, because we haven't maybe advanced to the level that you have done. Maybe give us kind of a couple of things there about website and things.
Yeah, so just being that more customer centric and just having that nice fresh look and feel. We've looked at a lot of different websites just to see how they're marketing themselves, and we feel that this, and Sisel's been so cooperative in just making sure that we can take this to the next level, and so that's really exciting. One thing I did want to mention is one of the things that was super important for me, because I was so disappointed when the previous company just collapsed overnight. That was a really, really sad day. Now, that can only happen if a company has debt. If a company doesn't have debt, there's no way that could happen. And so the position with Sisel is that they own everything, got the manufacturing facility, they've got all the offices, they've got all the staff, they've got everything in place to make all this thing work, and it's never going away. That is a significant position to be in, and you should be really, really happy that that is the case.
Well, that's it, because private equities and people who want to go public, and that was never Tom Sr.'s plan. He wanted this to go on multi-generational, and we went through the unfortunate divorce of Tom and Dee that put a big hiccup. didn't put a hiccup in the Mower mission, but it did in the business flow. But with that, Dad saw everything as a speed bump and not a roadblock. And so the Mower mission continued. We still maintained a lot of great friendships with people around the world, and that never was lost. And we understand why they carried on. They worked hard and built a great New Ways business. But now's the time for them to come home. We've got a great home for everybody out there, and the technology, Modere kind of maintained some of that, but the technology and chemistry and biologicals and actives has really accelerated. The only product I personally ever patented was Maximol Solutions. That was the #1 product in New Ways for quite a few years, and fulvates and fulvic acid I've added to so many different ingredients to get higher levels of antioxidants and so much more. But still, that base discovery that I made so many years ago that was in Pyroxin and Maximol continues on, but to even a higher level now. I've split it into 4 or 5 different products. So products changed. Andy and Josie are going to take us to the next level in websites and a lot of the social media things, and we're going to work on all that. And then we're going to be working on, obviously everything associated with OTG, being in country, and we have a great manufacturing. We have the base here. Now we just need to get set up there, and so we appreciate everybody's patience and what they're doing. And Sarah, I don't know if she's on the call, but she's working feverishly to get through all the formulations, coordinate with our staff here, and doing a wonderful job. And I couldn't be happier. I've surrounded myself with great people, and only one thing can happen: greatness, and everybody who's associated with us. Andy, tell me, what else are your thoughts about the future of Sisel in Australia compared to the competition out there?
Enormous. I mean, we have exactly the same opportunity that we have with our other company. And so the mission of no harmful ingredients resonates with so many people. It's a lot of young people now resonate the same way. And so it's really exciting to know that we've got an opportunity to grow this business very significantly. We're going to put a great team together here, obviously from a warehousing point of view, having the right staff on board, making sure that we've got the right customer service people on board, and making sure that everybody's looked after and we can actually really grow this thing. I'm super excited by it. I know what the opportunity is, and it is huge. And I've spoken to some of the people who were in the old company who are now with Sisel and how excited they are. And they are just genuinely excited about the product. And if your product's not right, it doesn't work. There's always the 3 Ps. There's the people, the products, and then the profits. And if you get those 3 Ps in the wrong order, then you've got a problem. If you put profit in front of those other 2, you'd have a major problem. The good thing is that we know for sure products are going to be #1 and people are going to be up there #1, and then the profits will look after themselves. So we're in the right space. Don't worry, guys. It's all good.
Yeah, Dad always had that saying, you probably remembered, Andy: the proof of the pudding is in the eating. And the products have to work. That's everything. And we'll have obviously OTG products, and I think majority of them will get through, but we're going to have a few that are going to be NFR, because we want people to have the best out there. But we're going to do everything we can to have products in country. And then the marketing support. And I'm really leaning heavy on Andy and Josie to give us the Australian flavor and bring us up to standard on websites and so much more with social media. Yeah, I think we have a great opportunity. And you hit a good point there, Andy, about the next generation. I always joke about thin ties, fat ties, bell-bottom pants, straight legs. It always kind of goes in cycles, doesn't it? I'm kind of seeing the same thing. There's kind of a resurgence in toxic ingredients. If you remember, Andy, years ago, we went through enormous lawsuits when we first came to Australia because we elected not to use sodium lauryl sulfate. We elected not to use cocamide DEA. We didn't tell other people they couldn't, but they were so upset that we were saying that there was potential harm when using those ingredients that the industry sued us. Well, all they did is put us in the spotlight. And by putting us in the spotlight, people wanted to know more, and we had the research to back it. And we won the lawsuits. They virtually just walked away because they didn't have a leg to stand on, because we followed the science and the products had to work. So what do you think on a timeline, Andy? I'm not going to put you on the spot and hold you to it, but as you see things progressing, do you think in the next, 2 to 3 months that we could have a really high functioning website with all of your inputs, and Ellie too, who was here from the UK? I do too, in the next few weeks. Yep. And so
it's all happening.
It
one
is.
of the things that's really impressing us too is that the systems that Sisel has in place operationally already are fantastic. It all works. The software you guys use, everything that actually works behind the scenes in bringing it all together works really well. The other thing that's really good is the team of people that you have there have been very supportive, very collaborative. They're actually making sure that they're working with us, we're working with them to make sure we can make this work as quickly as possible. So we've already got our warehouse distribution contract, so we're all ready to go there. And obviously from a shipping point of view here locally as well. So we've got good contacts because we've had experience here, so that makes it a little bit easier. But we're really pleased to be working with the team there because they are really, really keen to make sure it all works.
We've got some real synergy going with Ellie too, don't we?
Absolutely. Well, Ellie was obviously part of the old company as well, and it's really pleased that she's come on board because, nobody works harder than Ellie. She's been absolutely fantastic for the European market, and we're thrilled that she said yes and was able to join. It's great.
Yeah, I think Ellie started with New Ways back in 2003, about the last 3 years I was there. And boy, she moved up the ranks for one reason. She was a go-getter, and she lived the mission, and she lived the business, just like Josie. When you and I were talking about her, it's what they do. And so we're really thrilled to have Ellie too. We know there's a lot of synergy between Australia and the UK and Europe. We saw that before. And so we're really happy to have Ellie on board, because what's taking place in Australia is also going on right now in the EU. So if you're thinking international, there's going to be there is a huge opportunity. We're open for business, and we actually have OTG products in the EU right now, but it's only going to get better because now the bells and whistles that maybe we were lacking are starting to come to fruition, and we have some real energy with Ellie over there. Anything else you'd like to add, Andy, to the call today?
No, I'm not forgetting about New Zealand either.
No.
Very important part of this process. And of course, Japan's building super strongly right now as well. So the whole global look and feel is coming together. And we're going to make sure this thing actually ticks and make sure it goes really, really well, and provide the support that the social marketers or distributors in this case need to make all this work. And so it's super exciting. Absolutely.
It is. In Japan, we have a great staff and office. In fact, we've seen the largest growth over the last 3 or 4 months in Japan. And I think they put on well over 2,000 new distributors in the last 90 days. And they've been having meetings with over 500 people in them over there. In fact, they had one gentleman who became a 4-star, which is really moving fast over there. And so we got a lot of great plans to accelerate, which is what we're doing right now. We're getting great people, both at corporate and both in the field, dynamic leaders coming over. And I appreciate you putting that plug in there for New Zealand. As many people know, Dad and I went and we acquired the Wella Balsam plant over there. We did a lot of manufacturing, and New Zealand was always Dad's second home, literally. That was very close and dear to Daddy. In fact, his intent was to build a home there and live there 6 months out of the year while I'm up here plowing snow and keeping everything taken care of. And then he'd come home when it was spring and summer and fall. But yeah, we love New Zealand, and we're so excited to be over there again and do more business. We got some great distributors right now, and they're starting to see some great growth also. So Yeah, Josie, I'd like to hear a little bit from you. What you're thinking about launching into Australia and
Mm-hmm.
some of the upcoming events to take place. We're going to hopefully get Milo over there for a tour, and then I'll maybe come over for a tour, and we'll start to really I always call that the fun part of the business, and
Mm-hmm.
meeting the people and seeing the success. And I love hearing their stories about their health and how it's changing their lives. Tell me a little bit about
Yeah.
what you're thinking.
Well, firstly, I just want to reiterate what Andy was saying about systems. So I very much, as everyone that knows me knows, I've worked with a lot of systems, developing systems. And what was so incredibly, not just, well, surprising, but exciting was that Sisel systems are state of the art, not just their manufacturing, not just their products, their back end systems that often you don't see are just state of the art, the processes in place, all the foundations are there. We're just doing the front end, bringing the products to the customers, making sure that you can build your customers globally, making sure that you've got a user-friendly website for your customers. So we've got the fun part as well. As Tom said, it's the meeting people and doing the front end website. So yeah, all the foundations are in place, which makes doing this stuff much easier. So, but we're really excited about, yes, Milo coming to Australia. I did tell him that Milo in Australia is a delicious chocolate malt drink and that he wanted to try it.
That. Good point. I remember that. In fact, remember my brother and I were going through New Zealand, and we went somewhere, and I said, I bet they asked if we'd like a nice hot glass of Milo. 30 seconds later, I said, would you like a Milo? And he's like, how did you know that? And I said, they drink a lot of it over here.
Yeah.
It's always a treat.
Well, you'll have to teach him the delicacy of Vegemite. He hasn't had that experience yet. So.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. Now that polarizes people.
That's right.
Yeah. But we just want to make business simple for our distributors. We want to make it simple so that website users find it simple to order. You find it simple to share the business. You have all the information, all the tools at your fingertips. We've got some really cool tech that we're looking at also to so that you can share information about the products and the business really easily. So it's just about making things simple, current, and available to all generations. So yeah. That's what we'll be working on and have ready to roll for Australia.
Great. So thank you so much for being on the call, Josie and Andy. And I want everybody in Australia to know we are really going to the whip on this. And Josie's whipping us like a rented mule right now. Her bullet points and her presentations. And so it's virtually a 24-hour, 7-day a week. We're over here working on it. She's over there. There's dozens of email exchanges every day, product information, certificates of manufacture, and formulations, and everything that's going on is going at light speed. And so now is the time. We all wish we had that opportunity to buy the Apple stock, the IBM, back in the 80s, because look what's happened. Well, Sisel stock is the hottest commodity in this industry right now, with a proven track record. Over the last 5 years, we've had incredible growth. Tom Sr. would be very proud. The mission he started so many years ago with so many of you, and kind of viewing the comments about Maximal and some of the, reading about sodium lauryl sulfate. I remember I was going to the University of Utah at the time, and I was printing out literally boxes of papers of studies on sodium lauryl sulfate and what it did to eyes and what it did to skin and how it increased nitrosamines in skin and blood and so much more, doing research for Tom Sr. Well, what it did for me is it gave me a love for the mission. And it wasn't just a marketing or a sales gimmick. It was a lifestyle with proven results that could change people through health and through prosperity. And it made so many people so happy. And we're so grateful for everybody who's part of this mission. And we have friendships that span over 30 years now, and so it's I guess we can call each other family at this point. And so, with that, Milo, I'm going to turn the time back over to you and let you kind of wrap up the call, you and Leisel, and I'll turn it back over. Thank you.
Just before you do that, Tom, can I just make a comment? I've seen in the chat people are commenting about the ingredients. One thing I can assure you of, all the ingredients that are in the products currently that are coming to the country are exactly the same formulas. There may be one or two products that we can't get, and that they will still be available for NFR if you want to buy them for not for resale out of the US. So there's no concerns there whatsoever. That's for sure.
That's a good point, Andy. The first thing ever is to get what we have here with the latest greatest science approved there. And I'll tell you one thing, Sarah and Josie and Andy are working feverishly on this. And sometimes it might be the same ingredient in a different form. We have the same thing in Japan. Maybe I want magnesium, but it has to be produced by yeast. Well, that doesn't make it any better or any worse. So there might be a few little things you see tweaked, but it's the same. It's just the source. And of course, in the world we live in, a lot of times some countries won't take products from other countries. And so if we source from different areas, we have to source somewhere different. So, but you're right. We want you to have exactly what we have here. That's a great point, Andy. Thank you. Milo?
Yes. Well, as you guys know, we're super excited for what we have. The things that we're working on that we're not saying on this call, they're just about to burst, because I know you guys are going to love it. But we're still working on the final details on this program that we've been working with Andy and Josie and Ellie, and I know that it's going to be very, very helpful for you guys to expand your business and do it the easy way. And we can't wait to share those news with you guys very soon, hopefully. And there's a couple questions about if when we're on the ground, are we going to be charging in Australian dollars? And the answer is yes, obviously, for that. So yeah, guys, we're here to help. We want to make sure that you guys are successful. We want to make sure that it's easy for you guys to share the Maro mission with everyone. We want to grow like crazy. We want to go to other countries. The Maoris are investing a lot of money and time and resources and everything to make sure that we're there with you guys. All the focus right now is Australia and New Zealand to making sure that you guys are successful and doing everything right. So no pressure, but the 102 people that are here in this conference call, we have the what's the word, responsibility to make sure that we are the ones that share the mission with everybody in Australia and New Zealand and take this company where it should be. Speaking with Ellie when she was here, after she went through the manufacturing facility and we took her horseback riding and to Tom Senior's house, and just to feel who the Mowers live and how they are, and she was telling me, we are the best well-kept secret in the industry. People need to know who we are. People need to know about our manufacturing facility, our labs, our products, of just the story that we have with being in the industry with Sisel for almost 20 years now, and we just need to share it with everyone. So we're very excited once again, as you can tell. So thank you so much for everything you do. Thank you for Leisel for having us on the call. So back to you.
Thank you. And I want to thank Josie and Andy. Did I tell everybody it was going to be a great call today? So in my opinion, this is one of the most important calls that we've ever had on our country call. And I expect Andy and Josie to be on our future calls, hopefully from here on out. But so much good information, the expansion. And like I said, to the longtime distributors, we've got a whole bunch of new ones. But to the longtime distributors who said, when will we have this? When will we have that? And we said, we got to have some growth. We got to have some volume. And you guys have put in the hard work, as are the new people too. So kudos to you. It's exciting times. If you look at all the comments, this is an exciting call. So like I say, Andy and Josie, thank you for being on it. Tom, Milo. And with that, have a great weekend, guys.